Hey guys, so it's 2023. I know, so crazy. And I have just been reflecting over the year and just really thinking about my life and what I want to happen this coming year, right? And I'm not too happy. I'm really not too happy because I don't know if you guys have known, but I am in post grad, right? It's been like a few months. And this is like a whole new world for me. Like, if you've ever been post grad or if you're in it right now, like, this is wild. Like, this is not fun. And nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it, right? So here I am. Hi. um, yeah, so basically, I graduated like a few months ago and I still have not found a corporate job, which is okay. Like, I'm not so bummed out about it because this new year I am going to think more positively of my situation, right? Like when a couple weeks ago, I would always be like, oh, like I'm such a loser. Like, I can't believe I don't have a job. Like, I'm the only one that has no job right now in the entire world. Like, poor me, whatever. And it's like, get a fucking grip. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not just happening to you, right? There's so many other people that I actually know of that don't have a job right now. But for me, I feel like a lot of people, we kind of get into the idea that it is just us. Like, we are alone, right? And that's never the case. But it's like all the people that I know in my life that I talk to on a regular basis or that I see on social media, they all have jobs, right? So then I start comparing myself and I'm like, well, they're doing so much better than me because I'm not in their boat. Like, I'm not in the same position, right? And we need to snap out of it, okay? Because we can't think like that, right? So, sure, I don't have a corporate job, but yet I have all this free time to work on my passions. I'm literally making a YouTube video right now and I have a podcast. Like, who else can say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else is waking up at 6 a.m. to go to work. Yeah, to go to work that they probably don't enjoy that well. And that's it. And they don't really have that much free time to do anything. Versus me, I have all the free time in the world to do whatever I want. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's really just changing your mindset, right? And I've gotten into manifesting. I'm not like a whole pro at it, so don't come knocking on my door, but I've never really wanted to change my life until this very moment because all the years prior, I was in school. Like, that was kind of my life. Like, I didn't need anything to really change. I don't think I wanted to put in any work or effort to actually change my life. And that's kind of like where I am now, right? I realize I don't want to live my life like this. Like, I want all these great opportunities to come my way and to succeed in anything and everything that I do. And that's one of the things that I need to reprogram in my mind. I need to stop thinking that I'm a loser, that I have no job, and think differently of it, or that money is so abundant that it's not just like, oh, you hustle and then you get it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it sounds so easy, but it's kind of hard. I've been working on it for a little bit. One of the things that has definitely helped me is watching other people's YouTubes. I watch Bria, I think her name's Bria Jones, yeah, and then Lynette Atkins. They do a really good job of talking about manifestation and getting what you want and all those different things. One of the things that I struggle with is kind of like getting rid of the reality portion of it, right? Because when you want to manifest, you have to think you're living the dream life that you want to live, right? But with that, it's so pretend and it's so fake that I feel like sometimes I'm like, this is not real. Like, why am I doing this, But you can't think like that. Honestly, you can't. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. So one of the things that has helped me is like, sure, I'm not working, a corporate job, but I'm doing this. Like, what if this is my job? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, right? The one thing that it's been hard for me is more thinking of the money aspect, that money is abundant. I definitely believe more so that it is now, and I need to change the way that I think about money, because right now, there's two different types of people, right? People think that money is so realistic. Like, it's so, like, you have to work so hard for it. It's not abundant at all. But then the flip side, other people think that it is abundant, and then it comes so easily to people and you don't need to worry about it, you know? And I feel like I fear money. And that's why I'm having such a hard issue with receiving it into my life abundantly, right? So I need to do shadow work, and I've started the process of that. Basically, shadow work is kind of going back through your past and how you used to think and stuff like that, and just reprogramming your brain to think differently, to think more positively, right? And when I mean by fearing money, I mean we all grow up on the idea differently about money, depending on who our parents are, right? I grew up fearing it from my parents, right? So for example, like, I don't know if you guys heard the saying, like, oh, we don't have McDonald's money. You know, like saying stuff like that, or, oh, I'm so broke. My mom is, oh my God, she is such, I don't know the word to say, but my mom is such a fangirl, I guess, for fearing money. Okay, Miss Girl always be complaining that she's broke, I swear, and it's annoying because it's like you're ruining my vibe. Like, even if you aren't trying to work towards thinking differently of money, just to hear someone complain about it is so annoying. Like, she'll literally just be at the dinner table like, oh, I have no money, I'm so broke, and blah, 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 and like all those other things, and I'm like, you're not going to receive any sort of money if you keep thinking that you're broke. Like, it's just so annoying to hear that, you know? So that's one of the things that I need to change, because I don't want to be like her. You know what I'm saying? In all the best ways, right? Respectfully, I don't want to be like her. And I feel like a lot of people kind of have that same idea about money because of their parents, because their parents complain that they're broke and they don't have all this money to go on extravagant vacations and stuff like that. Like, you can't think like that, because then it's not going to come your way, right? So that's kind of where I'm at, you know? I mean, the hardest thing for me is like thinking like, oh, I want Starbucks every day, but not actually having the money to pay for Starbucks every day. So that's kind of where I'm like, I'm not really sure what to do about that. Leave me a comment if you know. Yeah, but I feel like maybe that's a good way to think about yourself being broke in a more positive way, right? So instead of saying, oh, I'm so broke, no, you're financially up and coming, right? Like, do you see the difference? It's so much better to say than I'm so broke. No, I'm financially up and coming. Like, I'm literally going to get more money soon. So it's like, relax, right? Also, I am such a fanatic for this. I used to be, right? I would always get so upset spending money, like, because I'd be like, oh, I like don't have enough money, like I can't afford all these things and stuff like that, and I would just constantly complain about it, right? And I would just, you know, feel so angry and upset, and I would have like all this anxiety, like, oh my God, I can't afford this, but I need to buy it, and like, you know, stuff like that. So I'm like changing my mindset about that, right? Because it's gonna come back. You know, money comes and goes. Like, literally it does. You're not gonna like lose a $10 and never gain it back. Like, you definitely will, you know? So for example, I went to Boston this past weekend, and going on any sort of trips, you guys know, like, you're spending a lot of money, right? Even if you didn't plan on spending that much money, you're going to spend a good chunk of change because you need to eat, you need to, you know, pay for the hotel, pay for Uber or wherever, whatever. You just need to spend money, right? And I didn't want to worry about that on my trip. I didn't want to get so angry about like, oh my God, I'm spending like $8 on like Dunkin', you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just $8, you're gonna get it back. Or spending like $30 on breakfast, even though like you're treating your friend or your boyfriend or whoever, you know what I'm saying? And it would have hurt my mood if I focused on, oh, I'm losing this amount of money, right? Versus, oh, like I'm treating someone, this is a great experience, like who cares? Like I'm gonna get it back eventually, it's fine, it's not a big deal, you know? And I feel so much better by doing that. It's so stupid, but just literally thinking so differently about money just it brightens your mood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like, oh my god, my heart. I just spent $10. You know, like, and I would always think like that. Like even just buying like a stupid drink at Dunkin' for like $2, I'd be like and have a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, right? Yeah, so that's one of the ways that I've been trying to think more positively and differently for the new year, right? Another thing to help kind of like your mindset is you need to let go. You need to let go of these hardships that are weighing you down, okay? And I'll give you a great example. I lost my job last year in November during school. It was so stupid. I go into more detail about all of this in my podcast. You can find it on Spotify and Apple called Uncut Jewels. Go check it out. Yeah, so I lost my job in November. It was literally so stupid. I basically I was working there for like a year and a half, and it was coming soon to where I was going back home for winter break, and I was like, hey, like I'm going to put in my notice, whatever. They said it was fine, but then a week or two went by and they messaged me and was like, yeah, we're letting you go, like because you're taking off so long or something. I don't know. It was so stupid. Even though I literally took off for the summer before that and the winter before that. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care, right? But during that time, that really hurt me. Like I felt like such a loser. I was like, "Oh my god, this cannot be happening," right? And I didn't really want people to know because I felt so ashamed for losing my job, you know? Cuz I lived with people who had jobs who could afford rent and all these different things and I couldn't, you know? And even like my other friends that I didn't live with, they had jobs and stuff like that, and they can go out and do whatever. And I felt like I was being restrained by that, because now I have nothing, I have no income, right? And it really like hurt because I was like, what am I going to do now? Like, I need to pay for rent and stuff like this and whatever. And I'm thankful and grateful that my dad helped me out because I didn't really have a lot of income, right? I did babysitting here and there, but it was just like not that big of a deal. Yeah, and I feel like ever since then, I've always been in this situation of never having a job, right? I feel like because of that, I've always just been searching for any job, right? And now being post grad, I'm finding myself in the same exact position of having no job, feeling ashamed for not having a job, right? And we can't think like that, right? And it's taken a toll on me. And that's why I'm trying to think more positively, because it's like, so what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? Like, as I said before, like, everybody else is probably working a 9 to 5, waking up at 6 a.m. and I'm over here having all the free time in the world doing whatever I want, right? But I need to let go of feeling ashamed, right? And feeling like a loser for not having a job, because I'm not. I'm literally not one, And there's so many other people who are in the same boat as me, right? Because it is hard. Like, think about it. Being post-grad, you don't have the experience that people want for you to work for them, right? That's literally the only reason why I don't have a job now, is because I lack experience. And it's just been like a catch-22, because it's like, I need experience, but you won't give me any. So then how am I going to get a job and gain experience? Hello? Like, it's just so annoying. And I hear many people talk about that aspect of finding a job after graduating, And like, it is so true. Like, it's not just me who's going through it. It's literally so true. So that's one of the things that I need to work on too, is just letting go of those negative things, those negative aspects of my life that kind of weighed me down a bit, because I feel like it's still happening to me. Like, I'm still in the same position as I was a year ago, and I don't want to be in the same position. I don't want to be like stuck in this depressing hole of like, ugh, my life sucks. I'm never going to get out of this, Yeah, so that goes for anything, like letting go of anything. If you had a hard breakup last year or a few years ago or even a few months ago, let it go. This is a new year. Let it go, because you can't successfully move on and heal and be in a better relationship if you don't let them go, right? That was in the past. It happened, unfortunately, but you made it this far, right? Like, you survived up until this point, right? And you need to continue to grow. So just let them go. Let it go, okay? I sound like Frozen. Let it go. Another thing too is, what can you change, right? This is the year about changing our lives. As I said before, I've never really wanted to change until now, because nothing's like planned out for me. I'm not in school anymore. So what are the things that you want to change? For me, I want to change my career, obviously. So if I can't give myself a corporate job, right? Like, I need someone to sign off and be like, hey, we want you. If I can't do that, then what else can I do? I can give myself my own job. Hello? By podcasting, by trying to do YouTube and be an influencer or whatever. And, I just feel like by doing that, being busy and maybe being successful with this, that's maybe what I was meant to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why I'm not getting a corporate job is because I was meant to do this, right? And even if eventually I get a corporate job and my like life switches, then so be it. But for right now, this is what it is, right? Like, I can't just magically gain myself a new job or whatever. So I need to put in the effort into the things that I have now and make it worth my while. You know what I'm saying? Like, before, I put in minimal effort in producing content and my podcast and stuff like that. And I'm like, if I was really a content creator, like a full-time content creator, what would she be doing? What would the new Julianne be doing right now? Not laying in bed till 12 a.m., talking to a microphone, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would she be doing, right? So you need to live the life that you want to be living. And that's as easy as doing the habits and being disciplined in certain areas of your life, because then that will pay off. Because, for example, right, if I continue to do this and I put in all my effort into making content and producing good content or whatever, and even though, yes, it's hard because I have no idea what I'm doing, like, nobody writes a book about this, even if I do that and put in all the work, it's going to pay off. Like, you're not going to stay at 0 followers or 0 subscribers or whatever it is. You're going to eventually grow, right? Yeah. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to realize now, like, maybe this will work out. Even if I do put in all this effort and stuff like that, I'm going to grow eventually, right? Even if it's not like drastically super amazing, whatever, it's still going to be something, right? And eventually you're going to get into that routine of living your life, living your best life. If you always show up as being a content creator, even though you don't really have that many like followers or whatever, eventually you will. Eventually you're not going to be stuck at 5 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually you're going to gain more traction and you're going to be living the life you want to live. So that goes for anything. Like, if you're trying to find like a new boyfriend, babe, like, maybe do some self-reflecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you attracting all these losers? What is going on? Are you also not getting noticed? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know so many people who really just want to be with a guy. They want to date somebody, whatever. But when we go out, they're just standing in the corner with their arms crossed, not looking like they want anybody to come up and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you look so uninviting, and that's why no one's approaching you. So maybe fix your approach. Maybe go to the bar. Be the flirty girl at the bar, okay? Because she's gonna get more attention than the girl who's just standing back in the corner doing nothing. You know, it's just stuff like that. You have to look at it in a different perspective and really realize what are the things that you can change in your life, okay? Because some things you can't change, and that's fine. But there are other things that you can work through and find loopholes for, okay? Like if you want to have, like, for another thing that I want to change in my life, I want to become more healthier. I want to work out and be that fit girl that you see on Instagram and stuff. So for me, the change that I can make is probably setting a time to work out every single day and stick to a schedule every single day. And then once that becomes my routine, then I make it a habit. And then every day, that's what I'm doing at 9 o'clock, working out, taking a shower, taking care of myself and my body, right? And I know habits can be hard. Like, don't sit there and be like, oh, that's so hard. Trust me, I know, okay? I can give you a great example, though, of making something a habit. When I was younger, right? I was probably like, I don't know, 7 or something. I hated brushing my teeth. Hated it, right? My mom would be like, oh, did you brush your teeth? Yeah. I would lie. Sure I did, Mom. No, I never did because I fucking hated it. It was literally, I don't know why. It was just so annoying. Like because I fucking hated it. It was literally, I don't know why. It was just so annoying. Like I just felt like I had to do it. Being 7 years old, I didn't understand that, yes, you need to brush your teeth. Like, hello, it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're dirty. So for me to make that a habit, right? I always thought, oh, you have to brush your teeth after you eat breakfast or after you eat any sort of meal because it makes your breath smell better. No, that's not true. Okay, that is not true. Literally brushing your teeth just makes your teeth cleaner. Okay, using the mouthwash and all that jazz helps aid with making your breath smell better. Okay. So I just had to switch up my routine. Literally, I feel like a lot of people wake up and they go to the bathroom, right? Well, is your toothbrush in your bathroom or is it in your closet? So I would always, now, I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth because it's in there because I see it and I'm looking at it, I'm like washing my hands and my toothbrush is right there on the sink. I might as well brush my teeth. So that's kind of why and how I made that a habit when I was younger, because I knew that this was something that I needed to do for my health and to not be a dirty girl. So I literally just made it a thing. If you're in the bathroom whenever and you remember, oh, hey, I need to brush my teeth, just do it. It has nothing to do with making your breath smell better. You don't have to do it after you eat breakfast. You can literally do it whenever, right? People just do it in the morning and at night because it's convenient, because people aren't home during the day, right? But if people were, you can do it 3 times a day if you wanted to. More than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you do it at least twice, like, I feel like you're fine, right? So that's something to consider, right? And how to make it a habit. Another recent habit that I made was, I recently, well, I need to get back into it, but I've been taking my vitamins all the time, right? And I wake up, go downstairs, get water, and I'm like, oh, like I'm drinking water. I might as well take some few vitamins with this. And that's how I've been taking vitamins every day. It's just simple stuff like that to just make your routine more effective and efficient for yourself, right? Because if you think you're doing a chore, you're not going to keep up with it, right? If I think, oh, working out, that's a chore, I'm not going to do it all the time. It's kind of like the brushing teeth. It's kind of like how I said, like, brushing my teeth. I felt like it was a chore. Like, my mom's making me do this. Like, I don't want to do that, right? But once I switched my mindset about the idea of, I need to do this for my health, it's going to make me look good, clean white teeth, so I might as well take advantage of that and brush my teeth whenever I can, stuff like that. Yeah, so that is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. you can listen to my podcast. I produce a episode every Thursday. And I'm starting to be more consistent on YouTube, so look out for my next video. Hopefully next Thursday as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.